you in the military, going
Mhm.
taking you back to to HVAC. So what happened with the military transition?
The military transition was probably one of the best decisions of my life. At the time, I didn't know where I was going, what I wanted to do, how I was gonna, live this thing called life. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I knew I couldn't, you can't live off your mother and father. You're a grown man now.
yeah,
So I decided to go to the military because I ain't want to wait. I'm like, you wasted their money in St. Benedict's in high school. Why would I try to waste their money? Only thing I know that I'm gonna do if I go to any college, I'm going to have fun. I'm gonna be
yeah,
chasing girls. I'm gonna be smoking. I'm gonna be drinking. I'm gonna do whatever other than learning. So
yeah,
I chose the military, and I'm like, all right, they'll help me. They'll teach me a trade. They'll pay me. I get to travel and see the world, and I get to live on my own, and I see what it's like. Excuse me, to live life with nobody but me.
yeah.
So it was the best decision in my life because I got to meet some brothers. Matter of fact, brother called me today. One of my homeboys. I got something set up in Illinois. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Everything's straight. And it's just off of being in the military. Like they've seen me from then. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I got in the military, the first time I actually hit the stage was in the military, right?
Okay.
2003, the winter of 2003. So I think it's
Okay.
like right after New Year's. They
20
had
years, man.
they had a
Damn.
talent show on the base, Osan Air Force Base, South Korea. So they like, yo, you funny, man. You should try it. Sal, you funny. You should try it. I'm like, man, whatever. So I gathered enough courage, sign up, get ready. Long story short, get up there, have prepared. I get booed off stage. That is Apollo style.
Wow.
So they like, I said my first joke, they laughed, and I paused because I couldn't hear. So I
Yeah.
waited for them to laugh so I could react. And in that second of waiting, boo, get off. Not, I'm talking about, I tore my soul up, bro. It tore me all the way up. So it took me a year from then to say, you know what? I'm gonna try it again because it was just always in my heart. And I was scared that I would get booed again. Then it just came to a point where it's like, it already happened. Now what
Yeah.
you gonna do?
Yeah. Were you home
You
at that
know,
time or you still in the military?
I was still in the military. So I ended up actually getting out at towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I ended up coming back home. Once I came back home, I told everybody, look, I'm gonna be a comedian. They like, okay. You always been funny. And that's all that was always the reaction. You always been funny, huh? But everybody kind of was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Until they started seeing me progressing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Until they start seeing the actual work being put in. And then once they start seeing the work, they're like, when you going on Def Comedy Day? Like people swear 2 days, two shows, you funny, you supposed to automatically be on some sitcom, and it's a process. It's a hard road and journey. It's a
Yeah.
craft.
I just said 20 years, man. Like when you that's what I
Yeah.
wanted to come. He was like, man, between like 2003, I'm just thinking and I'm seeing where you're going now. And then one thing I don't like about comedians, especially the ones who won like the DL Hughes, I love them as comedians, but when they start to talk and they start saying like shit like well, if your wife gotta work, then you ain't a real man. I'm like, yo, it's like 100 million people trying to be where you are as comedians, and their wives gotta work because otherwise they're gonna
Mhm.
put the hell out their house. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I
Yeah.
think it's making it real disingenuous about how the journey is. Like
Yeah.
it's a path, you know what I'm saying? And somebody is actually working a job, is a great comedian, making a couple dollars off of that, and still figuring it out, man. So talk more about
Yeah.
the journey of getting in and saying, were you working a job while you were starting in 2003 or when you got home?
Well, I did 2003 I came home and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do again. Now I'll get out of the middle. I'm honorably discharged, I got all this experience, but I'm like, what I'm gonna do? Right? So my father, like, why would you leave and you ain't have a job? So I didn't have a job. But
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, I need to get this military on me. Like, what yo, like, now the father and the man is like, type of dumbass shit is he on? Like, so what happened was I'm like, all right, I started throwing shows, putting shows together, my cousins and I. And then I just said, you know, walk towards what you're trying to do and figure it out. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I started going to open mics. I started writing a lot of jokes. I started going to comedy clubs. I started traveling to New York because they said this is where it's at. So I was in and out of the circuit, you know what I mean, just trying to learn how to be a comedian. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's a spot open every night all over say New York, New Jersey, in Essex County area, Union County area. It was places where you could go. So I kind of fully put myself into comedy and trying to figure out where do I need to be to learn how to be funny. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I even took classes,
Wow.
workshops, um, and I got a job. So I realized I had to get a job. And that's when I started working at the county jail. So I worked at the county job in there for 18, going on 19 years. And at the same time, I've been maintaining a comedy career because I still got bills to pay.
Wow,
So
man. That's dope,
so
man.
learning comedy over the 20 years, the path is hard. It's not an easy path. It's a lot of ups, it's a lot of downs. In the process, I created my own comedy club, Sweets Comedy Club.
Mhm.
And that was created because of in the early stages of stand-up comedy, I was getting shitted on.
Yeah.
That nigga ain't funny. Get the fuck out of here. Or it's like he's funny, but I don't want him around because I'm not funny yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you deal with a lot of different things, but I would say I wanted it. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
like, felt like you. I'm not starving. I'm going to get
Bruh,
this right here.